Nutrients are classified into six classes, and these are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and water. First is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the compounds of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, and here hydrogen to oxygen ratio is 2 is to 1, means hydrogen means two atoms of hydrogen, double the amount of hydrogen and as compared to the oxygen. And carbohydrates and fats are oxidized in the cells to release the energy. Now carbohydrates are classified into three types: monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. So this is carbohydrates, they are the compounds of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, and here hydrogen to oxygen ratio is 2 is to 1, and they are classified into three main categories: monosaccharides, disaccharides and polysaccharides. Mono means one, so here there is a presence of one sugar unit. Di means two, so they are called the double sugars, means two sugar units are present, and polysaccharides means more than two. The general formula of monosaccharide is C6H12O6, and the common example is glucose, fructose, and galactose. Okay, glucose, fructose, and galactose. Disaccharides contain double sugar, and here two sugar units are present. They may be either first glucose and fructose, or both the glucose unit, or one glucose and second one is galactose. And common examples here are sucrose, maltose, and lactose. Sucrose is obtained from sugarcane. Maltose is called the malt sugar, which contain two glucose unit, and lactose, which is called the milk sugar, and it consists of glucose and galactose. Next is polysaccharides. The general formula of polysaccharide is C6H10O5, and the common examples here are starch, then cellulose, and glycogen. Let me refer the book. So starch is an insoluble carbohydrates, and it is in this form that plant commonly store the carbohydrates. General formula C6H10O5, and whole n is the number of n can be 3, 4, or 5, or more than 5. And other two examples are cellulose. Cellulose is found in the cell wall of plants, and it is unused in the body, but it provides the roughage. Roughage is very important for easy passage of food in the alimentary canal, and moreover it adds fibers to our food, and it prevents the constipation, helping the easy removal of the fecal matter from our body. Glycogen, but cellulose is not digested in our body because we don't have cellulose digesting enzyme. So what is its function? It helps in the easy passage of food in the alimentary canal. Glycogen is the form in which carbohydrates are stored in animals, and where carbohydrates are stored in liver and also in the muscles. Next is the fats. Fats are also composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, but here oxygen content is very less, and the energy produced by fats is much more. But why we are not taking the fats? Because they need much time to liberate the energy. No doubt the energy released by fat is much more, but they take too much time to release the energy. And common sources of fats, you can easily read it. And fats and oils are made up of fatty acid and glycerol. This is very important point. Fats are made up of fatty acid and glycerol. Functions of fats. Fat produces energy in the body as they are the energy giving food. Fat, it is an important storage form of food. It serves as a solvent for fat soluble vitamins. There are four vitamins, sorry, A, D, E, and K, and these are the fat soluble. Means they dissolve in fats before being absorbed by our body. Then, fat which is stored under the skin protects our body against the rapid loss of heat. It means fats protect your body from the heat loss. Next is proteins. Proteins are the large chemical molecules. They contain carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. And some of the proteins contain sulfur and phosphorus. And proteins are the long chain of amino acids. It means amino acids combine together to form a proteins. As you know that proteins are very important for the growth and repair of the body cells. And in the case of emergency, proteins also oxidize to release the energy. Deficiency of proteins leads to two important diseases, that is kwashiorkor and marasmus. Kwashiorkor. First is kwashiorkor. It affects young children, and this disease is caused when the mother stop breastfeeding and child is given a diet which is very poor in protein, due to which a disease or symptoms appear, and the disease is called kwashiorkor. Now, what are the common symptoms of kwashiorkor? First is underweight. The child become underweight, not according to weight is not according to the age. Belly protruding out, skin become dark and scaly. Stunted growth means growth becomes stopped. Loss of appetite. Repeated diarrhea. Repeated diarrhea means uh, frequent passing of loose stools, watery stools. Then enlarged liver and anemia. And edema, very important. Edema, which is the swallowing accumulation of water in the tissues of feet and face, that is called edema. Next disease is marasmus, which usually affects infant below the age of 1 year. Okay, which usually affect the babies, means infant up to 2 years. We call the baby as an infant. So it usually infant affects the infant below the age of 1 year, and it is caused due to the deficiency of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. This disease is also caused due to sudden stoppage of breastfeeding, and child is given a diet which is very poor in carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. What are their symptoms? Less body weight. Again, body weight is not according to the age. Degeneration, resulting in very weak body. Then skin becomes folded. Thin face and thinning of limbs means the leg becomes very thin. Retarded physical and mental growth. There will be no physical and mental growth, and ribs appearing prominent. Okay, so very important difference here. You have to read it. Kwashiorkor and marasmus. Very important difference. It affects up to 1 to 5 years of age. It affects infants up to 1 year of age. Deficiency of proteins, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Here edema is there. No edema means no swelling of legs and face. The skin of the patient become dark and scaly. No darkening of the skin. No degeneration of the muscles. Here degeneration of the muscles, with the body becoming very weak. So treatment: the child suffering from marasmus should be given a diet rich in proteins and carbohydrates. Okay, so this is all about proteins. So in the next lecture we will deal minerals, vitamins, and water. Thank you.